Hey Washington Commanders fans, today we're diving into a news story that's bound to heat up the season. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Because if you're like me and don't want to miss any details about our team, this is the place to be. And of course, smash that like button to help the channel grow and bring even more content for you all. The Commanders have been looking for names that could make a difference. But what really caught Quinn's attention was a player we're already familiar with, Daron Payne. If you thought you'd seen the best of Payne, Quinn has a different perspective. He believes there's still a lot of untapped potential, and he couldn't be more excited about what Payne can bring to the field. And let's be honest, if there's one thing Washington Commanders fans love, it's watching a player evolve and become a beast on the field, right? Quinn had nothing but praise for Payne, and it's no wonder. He highlighted how Payne is a true dog on the field, the kind of player any coach dreams of having on their team. And mind you, Quinn isn't easily impressed. He emphasized how Payne is a force of nature, with a rare combination of strength and agility. And for a guy his size to be so quick is really something special. Payne has been a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks, and with Quinn in charge, the expectation is that he'll become even more lethal. Payne, for his part, is also pumped about Quinn's arrival and the new defensive scheme that he and coordinator Joe Witt Jr. are implementing. According to Payne, the new philosophy is simple: total aggression. They want the players to fly around the field, hunting the ball and wrecking plays before they even develop. And honestly, who doesn't love to see a team play with that kind of intensity? With this mentality, we can expect the Commanders' defense to be fiercer than ever, something we haven't seen in a while. It's impossible not to get excited about the possibilities this new defensive scheme brings. Quinn has a track record of unlocking his players' potential, and if he can do that with Payne and the other guys on this defense, the Commanders could become one of the most feared defenses in the league. That's music to our ears, especially after years of seeing the defense as a weak spot for the team. But hold on, the story doesn't end here. We know that a strong defense can change the course of a season, but we also know the offense needs to do its part. And this is exactly where Quinn showed his smarts as a coach. He made it clear that he's going to focus 100% on the defense, leaving the offense in the hands of other members of the coaching staff. This shows how committed he is to fixing what was broken, without trying to take on too much at once. Now let's move on to some really interesting news. I've got some fresh news that's going to keep you glued to the screen until the end. You know the kind of information that makes you rethink everything about the team? Well, that's what we're talking about today. We're diving into a detailed analysis of quarterback Marcus Mariota and trying to understand why Coach Dan Quinn seems so confident in this guy's potential. If you're a Commanders fan, stay tuned because this story is going to shake up your expectations for the upcoming season. Now, before we start, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and drop a like. Trust me, you don't want to miss any details of the upcoming updates, and the more interaction we get here, the more quality content I'll be able to bring to you. Deal? Let's get to the good stuff. The buzz in the Washington Commanders locker room is all about Coach Dan Quinn's opinion of Marcus Mariota. During an interview with reporters last week, Quinn made it clear that Mariota has something special that sets him apart from the other quarterbacks on our roster. And what exactly makes him so special, huh? Well, according to Quinn, what separates Mariota from the rest is his ability to play off schedule. That's right. The guy has a superpower that allows him to create plays outside of the traditional scheme, and that's something Quinn really values. This improvisational ability might be the key Mariota needs to make a difference with the Commanders. If you think about it, in games where everything seems to go wrong, it's precisely this ability to adapt to chaos that can save the day. And let's be honest, our team has had a few rough moments where that kind of flexibility would have been really useful, right? But hold on, there's more to this story. Mariota was signed by the Commanders back in March after a season with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's coming in as the team's backup QB, with rookie Jayden Daniels expected to take on the starting role. But don't be fooled into thinking Mariota is downcast about this position. The guy is completely focused, and even seems excited about the healthy competition this might generate within the roster. In a recent statement, Mariota said that competition only makes all players better, and that he's there to help the team, whatever it takes. So, what do you think, fans? Is Mariota right? Could this attitude be what we need to take that leap in quality we've been seeking? Personally, I think so. And I'll tell you why. Remember that Mariota has gone through various experiences in his career that have shaped him into a resilient player. He's been a starter, won important games, suffered injuries, been cut, and even had to warm the bench. This history makes him a player who understands the value of each position within the team and knows how to contribute, no matter what role he's given. This versatility is something any coach would want on their roster, and Quinn seems to be banking on that. Let's not forget that Mariota isn't a rookie. The guy has started 74 games in his career, and the last time he was a starter, in 2022 with the Atlanta Falcons, he put up some pretty solid numbers. He completed over 61% of his passes, threw for more than 2,200 yards, and had 15 touchdowns. Not just any QB can boast that kind of performance and experience to offer, and this only reinforces Quinn's confidence in him. It's interesting to see how Mariota's arrival could shake up the team dynamics. While Jayden Daniels has youth and potential on his side, Mariota brings experience and the wisdom gained over years in the NFL. This mix could be the perfect recipe for creating an environment of mutual learning and growth within the team. After all, when you have a quarterback room that complements each other, the result is that everyone ends up playing at their best level. Another point we can't overlook is how Mariota handled his transition to the Commanders. He made it very clear that he's put his ego aside and is there to do what's best for the team, regardless of who's the starter come week 1. This humility is something rare in the world of sports, and it can have a positive influence on the locker room atmosphere. Now, imagine the impact this could have on the mentality of the other players. Having someone like Mariota around could be exactly what our younger quarterbacks need to learn how to handle the pressure and challenges that lie ahead. And speaking of pressure, we know that playing in the NFL means constantly being in the spotlight, and having a mentor who has been through so many tough situations could make all the difference. And how will this affect the performance of Jayden Daniels, our likely starter? That's the question that lingers. Will he be able to keep calm and focused knowing he has a veteran with so many skills ready to step in at any moment? And more importantly, could Mariota end up stealing the show and becoming the starter as the season progresses? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure. This internal competition is going to be thrilling to watch. Speaking of watching, the 2024 season promises to be one of the most interesting for us Commanders fans. With so many changes in the roster and new additions, there's no shortage of reasons to be excited. And you, have you made your predictions for the season? Who do you think will stand out? And more importantly, how do you think Mariota will fit into this puzzle? So that's it, folks. Let's keep an eye on how this unfolds because honestly, I think there's still a lot more to come. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and leave your comment. I really want to know your thoughts on this Mariota situation. Will he step up? Will he be a key player on our path to the playoffs? Leave your opinion below, and don't forget to share this video with other Commanders fans. And before we wrap up, tell me, do you think Mariota's experience and improvisational skills could be what the Commanders needed to reach the next level? I'm curious to know what you think about this.